All right, everyone, welcome to Sauer Horsepower, and today we're going to be taking a look at our new car to the channel. This is a 2021 Jeep Renegade 80th Anniversary Edition. All right, so as we always start off our car reviews, we're going to take a look at the key here. So standard Jeep key, nothing too particularly fancy about this one. Just trying to focus, but yep, kind of the standard Jeep key, been around for a while. So let's go ahead and move on to the vehicle here. We're going to do a walk around of the exterior first, then we will go over the window sticker and go over some of the options, and then we'll jump into the interior, take a look at that, followed up by an on-road drive after this. So let's go ahead and look at the exterior now. All right, so taking a look at the front bumper here. You can see it's got the iconic Jeep grille at the front with the 7 slats. Obviously, they're not all opened up for airflow, only a portion of them there. That helps with the fuel economy of them closing it off. And also, you don't want to get too much air in because then you don't want to overcool the car. So they have it just enough airflow to get in to keep the car cool, but they do have this nice little opening here underneath the 7 split grille, and then beneath or above the lower grille here, to allow for more cooling to go in. We do have fog lights on this one and the standard halogen lights, not LEDs. Now moving around, you got the side markers here, kind of a little grotesque, but it is what it is. So these are the standard wheels on the 80th anniversary editions. They're like a matte black color to go along with the rest of the 80th anniversary badging on it, but these are wrapped in 235/45 19 inches for the tires. These are Continental Pro Contact GX SSR, so nice all-season tire there. Moving along here to this badge, we got the Renegade, of course. Actually, it's kind of neat. They got the little X there in the middle of the D, and then you can see here the 80th anniversary edition with the Willys Jeep with the American flag inside. All right, so moving along towards the back of the vehicle, you can see we got some nice roof rails. Here we have the panoramic sunroof. It's a 2-pane, so you got a front pane here that does open up, and then behind it you have a pane that does not open up. We'll look through it more when we go to the interior parts, but let's keep walking around here. Same wheels and tires on the back, no different. Moving to the back here, this car does have the tow package, so we do get a hitch. I'll put the tow rating or the tow capacity up here. If you see bugs flying around, we're in the woods, so sorry if they get in front of the camera and mess it up. But here, you know, we get the nice little blacked out 4x4 badge. Traditional Renegade lights on the back. Let's keep moving around. Basically the same stuff on this side. Nothing too spectacular. You have one exhaust exit there. Nice little chrome tip. This is the 2.4 liter engine, the 4-cylinder. So there's 2 engine options. You got the 2.4, which is non-turboed, and then the 1.3, which is turboed. I'll put the power numbers up here for both of those. So let's go ahead and take a look at the engine. So we'll just touch on it real quick. As you can see here, 2.4 liter multi-air engine, non-turboed. Yep, nothing too fantastic to see here. So let's continue on and jump into the interior. All right, so as you can see here, we have the window sticker up. 2021 Renegade 80th Anniversary Edition 4x4. Base price on this vehicle is $26,975. We have the black clear coat, black interior, the 80th Edition premium cloth seats, which you would have seen. We'll look at them a bit here, or look at them some more here in a bit. Just a little bit of extra design flair on them. The 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, which we just discussed. 9-speed automatic transmission in this thing. We'll go more into how that drives when we're on our driving section. But here's the standard equipment. If you want to go ahead and pause it now and look at all of that. One cool thing though is on all the 2021 Jeeps, as you can see here, they're including the Jeep Wave membership, which says retail sales 50 states only. So that is, I believe it's 3 years of free maintenance on the vehicle. So yeah, that's kind of nice that they include that on all 2021 Jeeps. So moving on, the optional equipment, the black clear coat was $245. Customer preferred package, so that gets some of the 80th anniversary stuff. So that's the seats, their floor mats. Wait, what did that say? Berber floor mats. There you go. Let's see. We got the 80th anniversary instrument panel badge. Can we see that from here? I believe. Oh, that's going to be over here. Oh, we're losing the light. Sorry, I have to film this at night, but there you go. 80th anniversary badge up there. Now let's move on. What else we got? It comes with navigation when you get the 80th anniversary. Let's see, the roof rails, HD radio, the 8.4-inch screen you get upgraded to from the standard. I believe it's a 7-inch screen. So you get the 8.4-inch screen with the 80th anniversary edition. Then this vehicle also has the trailer tow group, which I saw or I showed you guys earlier, with the Class 3 hitch. The sun and sound group, so that gives us the dual pane sunroof here. So this is the first pane, and then you can see a split right here in the middle, and then you have another pane in the back. Only the front portion opens up, and you do that through right here on the front, right above your rearview mirror here. So the left one is for the shade, and then the right one is for the windows. So let's go ahead and push that back. And then as you can see, you got the little wind deflector that pops up, and then it goes about halfway back. And then to close it, same thing, you just push it forward. And there we go. And then the shade is also uprated that as well, so it goes all the way to the back of the vehicle. Sorry about the low light, guys, but I have to get this review done today because we have a big snowstorm. It is the middle of summer. We have the hurricane that's coming through by the end of the week, and I'm not going to have time to film it for the end of the week, so we have to do it today in the low light that we have. Apologies for that. Passive entry remote start package, so that's your keyless start and your walk up, and you leave the key in your pocket and go use the door handle with that. So, and then a full size spare tire. Total price of the vehicle $33,595. Let's see, let's talk about fuel economy here while we got this up real quick. 21 city, 29 highway, average 24 miles per gallon. Now, I'm not sure exactly how well we've been driving it lately, but let's go through here and see if we can see what our fuel economy is. It's also been sitting here idling a little bit. So there you can see right there, 21.4 miles per gallon is what we've averaged over the first 700 miles exactly on this vehicle. So let's go ahead and I'm going to jump out so we can hopefully get a little bit more light. I'll open this back up and then hopefully show you guys some more of the interior bits real quick. So I'll get back with you in a second. All right, so let's talk about the door panel real quick. You do have automatic windows for the front, both the fronts, not the rears, and then your window lock, unlock, and then your lock and your unlock. I just said that twice. Window controls here, door handle. Down here, the sun and shade, or what was it? The sun and sound group gives you the Kenwood audio. Has a nice little Jeep logo right here. But then here's the 80th anniversary seats. So they have a little like textured design here in the middle of the seat. So they are standard cloth seats and with a little textured design here. Have a nice little armrest here. It does move. It does slide. You can open it up from here. Got some wipes in there. But then steering wheel, here's kind of the standard Jeep steering wheel, nothing too fancy. Your dashboard controls on the left hand side, cruise control on the right, your phone controls here. Moving over here, lighting controls for your exterior lights and your interior lights. Got a vent here. These vents up here are actually kind of cool. So you control them up at the top, you can do the air and then they move all around, but they're nice, they're not necessarily integrated per se, but they are nicely affixed to the top. And they actually look kind of cool design-wise. Here, let's see if we can zoom that out real quick so you can see the whole thing. Yeah, sorry about the lighting, but this is what we got to deal with, fortunately. So here we touched over that. That's the 80th anniversary badge there. Nice little grab handle for when you're off-roading. Another vent over there. Door over here is the same as the other side. Center console here. So volume, mute, hazards, screen off. This one does have lane keep assist. I've tried it out. It kind of works. It's not fantastic, but it does the job. Tuning knob, and then all of your AC controls right there. And then down below here is the Jeep Select Track system for the all-wheel drive. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the knob, and then up here, let me close the door real quick so that way it shows us that. So let's go ahead, I'll spin the knob. So right now we're in auto. When you spin it to snow, it comes up with a nice little graphic there, and it says four-wheel drive lock. Then we'll go to sand, nice little thing again, then that turns traction control off. And then mud, just mud. And then as you can see here, when the four-wheel drive lock does come on, it does put a little light there. And you can do that from park. I was doing that in park. As you can see, you don't need to be shifted into neutral like you did on some of the older all-wheel drive vehicles. So yeah, very cool. Now moving on down here to the center, here's where your electric parking brake is. So you just pull that and it puts it on, and then push it down, or you got to put your foot on the brake and then push it down to turn it off. Traction control over here. Here's the transmission, very nice, solid. And then so it's pull it down to go to drive, slap it over. If you want to go into a manual mode, there is no paddles here on the steering wheel, so all the shifting has to be done whether you're going down or up. So that's going to be that. Put it in the park, and let's go take a look at the back. All right, so you join me in the back seat. This driver's seat here is in my driving position. I'm 5'8", so not super tall, but I do have leg room. I do have leg room right here. Not a lot, but there is some leg room right there. If you're any taller, you know, pushing that 5'10", maybe 6 foot mark, you're going to have a little bit of issue with leg room in the rear. But anything below 5'10", I'd say you'd probably be perfectly fine on leg room in the rear. And then for the back seat, all you have is one USB plug back here. So if you're going to have multiple people back here, looks like they're going to have to share. I couldn't put two. Yep, there's not even a USB-C there, just the regular USB. Then you also have pockets, or a pocket on the passenger seat. You do not have a rear pocket on the driver's seat. Now let's go ahead and jump to the back. All right, so it is not a power lift gate back here, so that's unfortunate. You got to lift it up, and then there's a little grab handle here to pull it down, but no power lift gate. It gives you a little pop assistance when you hit the handle, but then that's about it. You got a decent amount of room back here. Let me see if I can get some. There's a little pocket here. Here's a subwoofer for the Kenwood system, as you can see. But then the seats, they do fold down. It is a 60-40 split. You can see the line, hopefully, right here. So it is a 60-40 split. You have, what's that, probably about 3 feet of room between the line here and then the back of the seats there. You lift up, here's your spare tire underneath. Another little storage container over here. You got your jack and everything for changing the tire, but it actually is a full-size, actual, legitimate spare wheel, not some sort of, janky, smaller wheel with a big tire on it. It's actually a legit reproduction wheel of the ones that you have already on the vehicle, so that is very nice to see. Up top, you got a nice little Easter egg. Can you see it? There we go. A little Jeep emblem there on the top of the lift gate. But yeah, that's going to be it for this section of the Jeep Renegade. Kind of quick walk around. I mean, it's a small vehicle. There's not too much to talk about. But I'm going to go ahead and throw the GoPros up because I do have some interesting things to say about how this thing drives on the road. So let's get to it. All right, everyone. So here we go in the Jeep Renegade. Talk about a couple things real quick. Power, obviously, it's not some sort of sports car or anything like that. But I will admit this. It does have some sports car-like handling characteristics. Now, I know it's kind of going to sound blasphemy, but it actually does have a somewhat hard suspension, which is actually kind of surprised me when I first drove it. I thought it would be a little bit more floaty like traditional Jeeps are, but it's actually got a very, very, like, kind of buckled down suspension. Like, it's actually kind of tossable in the corners, which is very surprising and a kind of welcome surprise almost. And to go along with that, it also has a very direct steering, which I did not think it was actually going to happen. It's just super directable. Discuss that a little bit further up here once we get to some twisty bits, but we got a nice little section here. We're going to test the acceleration. Now I'm not expecting a whole lot because it's only, what, 200 some horsepower, if that. So right now I'm at 20 miles an hour, and I'm just going to kind of floor it, but it takes a little bit to downshift, but it's 50, 60. I mean, it's not like terribly slow. It doesn't feel like it's, you know, it's in its own way. Like it does have a little bit of pep in its step, we'll call it. But that's obviously not what this vehicle is made for at all. It's meant to get good gas mileage driving to work every day, and then to give you some off-road capability when you potentially need it. So, with that being said, haven't been able to test out the all-wheel drive stuff really at all because it's the middle of summer. We will be doing a video on that. Hopefully we get a good amount of snow this winter. So, had a little phone interruption there. Hopefully we get a good amount of snow this winter, so that way we can actually do a proper video on this. I'm not sure. We'll try it with the stock tires. I'm not sure how good they're doing the snow, but we'll definitely put it through its paces a little bit this winter, hopefully. And then we'll see how it goes then. So stay tuned if you want to see more off-roading or snow content. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel now. Obviously, we're talking a couple months out, but we will be doing that if the weather permits. Now, back to today's video, steering. So I'm going to do a little bit of a demonstration up here if you guys are watching the big forward-facing camera. Once we get to this little straightaway up here, I'm not sure if you can see my steering inputs on this camera. Maybe I'll scoot it down a little bit, but I'll do this here now, straightaway, and then it is very quick to react, which was very surprising when I first drove it. It was just like almost felt too twitchy, but as I've gotten used to it, you learn to you just don't need as much steering input, which is nice because it doesn't make you feel like you're lugging a big beast around a corner. Now, braking, the brakes are decent, they're adequate. I mean, it doesn't need any special brakes on this thing because we're not going that fast to begin with, but brakes are decent. The pedal feel is well, it's firm, but it's not like, you got to really push on it, but it gives you very good pedal bite, I guess is the word. Brake pad bite, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So you just a little bit of brake pedal and it actually starts to really bring the vehicle to a stop. So the brakes, we'll actually be able to test them coming up here in these corners. So I'll throw it in not too crazy because after all it's a Jeep and we're not doing sports car like things, but the pedal has a very good feel on initial bite. We're kind of tossing it around here a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see me pretty well. It's a little dark down here, but the brakes they're good enough. They're well adequate for this vehicle. And then to go along with that, I know I was talking about the suspension a little bit earlier, but we're going over some sort of rough roads now. The suspension allows you to feel the bumps, but it doesn't hurt you, if that makes sense. Like, it's not beating you up. Now we got a nice bridge here. You feel it, you can hear it. It's not like, I mean, at this price point in the $20,000 range, you're not going to get the most sound deadening in a vehicle because that stuff costs money. They got to cost somewhere. But this has a very good road feel, like surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and toss it through a couple more corners here on our way back to the house, and we'll do a follow-up there. Alright everyone, so we're going to go ahead and close out this video. If you enjoyed seeing some more information about the 2021 Jeep Renegade 80th Anniversary Edition, give us a like on this video. Comment below any questions you had or your thoughts or whatever you want to comment below. Go ahead and let me know below. Subscribe to the channel for more information, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care. Have a great day.